So we are almost done with theoretical mechanics. We are now actually in the celestial mechanics. We have two more topics. Actually, one more topic. We are in the middle of celestial mechanics, the second to the last, and the last topic will be the D'Alembert's principle. The D'Alembert's principle will be a preparation for theoretical mechanics 2. In theoretical mechanics 1, it's actually about vector mechanics. So when we say vector mechanics, it's equivalent to Newtonian mechanics, because in Newtonian mechanics, we are dealing with vectors. We are summation of forces equals ma. These are vectors, but there is a disadvantage in this approach, because when the problem becomes geometrically complicated, dealing with vectors is it complicates the equations. So hence we have in theoretical mechanics 2, which will be next semester, that would be analytical mechanics, or that would comprise Lagrangian and Hamiltonian, which are methods in terms of energy formulation of mechanics. So basically, as you can observe sa when we discuss with the conservation of energy, when we solve things using energy method, the equation becomes a lot easier to solve. Okay, in fact, there was one time when I said that when I showed to you that the conservation of energy is equivalent to solving Newton's laws and then going into kinematics. It's combination of both, and that's just the strength of the energy formulation. Now, the final topic, which will be in lecture 20, would be D'Alembert's principle. It would be the start of transitioning from vector mechanics into analytical mechanics, okay, or the energy method. But now, we'll proceed with the part 2 of the celestial mechanics, which is we'll zoom into orbital mechanics. Okay, it's just a specific part of celestial mechanics. All of this, that when we're dealing with space, the physics of spacecraft maneuver, whatever, is celestial mechanics. So this is a special special subcategory of that, which is orbital mechanics. That means we will be dealing with orbits. Okay. So first, we want to know. I want to solve to you the when we derived last time Newton's equation of gravity. Okay, we derive it to be F equals G. This is minus Gm, or in general, you have G capital M, M1, M2 over, you have R2 minus, this is F21 in vector form, R2 minus R1 cube times R2 minus R1 in vector form. Okay? Or we can just say that F is equal to minus G M1 M2 over R cube R hat, where R is the distance between mass 1 and mass 2. Now, we derive this not using, in most standard theoretical mechanics book, they don't start with Kepler's law. They derive Kepler's law from this. But historically, it's actually the other way around. It's Newton had had to start with the way that we derive it. That was the process. But in most textbooks, you start with I think the Gauss's law for gravitational field, and then from that you will be able to derive this, and then from this you derive the Kepler's 3 laws of motion. So it's the opposite, it's the other way around. But I did not do it that way because we did it in a much more intuitive way. Okay, now let's go over to this one. Let's go face to face. So, okay, so technically we want to solve first what happens. You have here, okay, what happens if we fire something here? What is now the path of this object? Okay, fired at some at the surface of a certain planet, or if the Earth, this is called RE. So you have here RE up to the center. Okay? And we want to find the equation of motion, ani. Okay? So how do we solve this? Okay, what happens to the Newton's equations? Okay, let's just assume that this is the Earth. Okay? Now, we will assume here, we're going to assume the velocity, the initial velocity, V naught, is very less than V escape, or V orbital, because orbital is much less than V orb. Okay? V orbital is much less than, V orbital is less than escape velocity. So meaning V naught, the initial velocity, is very less than this. So what happens to the equation? Now, look at recall that we have R in polar coordinates. R double dot is R double dot minus R theta dot squared, R hat, plus, we have, R theta double dot plus 2R dot theta hat. Okay? And we know that this is 0. Well, we have to solve the equations for the 2. Okay? We have to deal with this one. Okay? First is this. Let's take the height at any time to be y, as that is y measured from the surface to that certain level. So that means that our r, the magnitude of our vector, is just equal to re plus h, or r of the planet, whatever is that planet is that. Okay? Re plus h. So first is that these equations will form in two ways. So this is Fr. Okay? And we know from Newton's laws, the fact that it's a central force, meaning F theta is 0. So we have here Fr equals 0. So you have Fr, this is equal to 0, and this is equal to Ma. You have R double dot, okay? Which is, this is minus mu over R squared. Okay, I don't know. Let's take this Gm, the mass of the Earth, times the mass of that object. And this is equal to m times, you have R double dot minus R theta dot squared. Okay? And so m cancels out. So we will have now R double dot minus R theta dot squared equals minus mu over R squared. But what is R? R is actually Re plus H. Re is constant. So R double dot is just equal, okay. R is equal to Re plus H. So R double dot now is just d over dt of Re plus H minus Re plus H theta dot squared equals minus mu over Re plus H squared. Now, okay, H, let's change this to Y. Okay, in order to emphasize that this is not actually a constant. This is changing. But here, we have this condition. Y is very less than the radius of the planet. Okay. Second order. Thank you. Okay, d squared over dt squared. So when you take the derivative of this, this means that this is just y double dot. Okay? And, okay, what happens to this one is you have nakay duha diri. This is minus RE theta dot squared minus y theta dot squared, and this is equal to, now since this is very less than, we can just neglect y here, okay, to some order. Okay, so this is just minus mu over r e squared. Now look at theta dot. If this is the surface, and we know that this one is d theta. Okay? This one right here is a displacement in the surface. Let's call that x. The technique actually here is to put we are now putting actually a coordinate system, x, y at the surface. At each point, at the surface, such that x is always tangent to the surface. So from here, we know that x is, what is x right here? X is just equal to RE d, or we can call this dx, okay? Since this is d theta, dx is equal to r d theta. So that means the theta dot is just Vx equals RE theta dot, okay? So the theta dot now is just equal to Vx, the velocity on x. Okay? Okay, I'll write it below. Theta dot equals Vx over Re. Okay? And now you have now Vx over Re squared. Okay? This Vx over Re, this becomes now minus Vx over Re. And this one again is Vx squared over Re squared. Now, this one is, we are assuming a velocity that is very less than the orbital or the angular, the escape velocities. That means that compared to the radius of the Earth, well, as you can see, they're not comparable, because this is dimension of length and this is dimension of velocity. But then, the velocity is a change in length per unit time. Now, the change in small velocity means small change in length per unit time, and that will be nothing compared to this one. That means that, okay? And by the way, what is mu? This is G, M, and this is now the Earth over Re squared. This one right here. We can just approximate this to 0, and the same thing with this one. This is 0. Okay? And, okay, ako sang iano diri. I-suspensa na ako. I'll deal with the second equation. Second equation was that 2 theta dot r dot plus theta double dot equals 0. Now, theta r dot is, for the same reason, r dot is very small. Okay? And this has over Re. So meaning that we can also approximate this to 0. Because theta dot has over Re. So we can take this as approximately 0. So that means that theta double dot is approximately 0. But what is theta double dot? That's just actually here. This means that this is theta double dot is, you have now x double dot over Re, right? Equals 0. This implies that x double dot, let's just take an approximation, approximately 0. And we already know what's the solution of this one. Okay? We know that x of t is just equal to sum a t plus b. Okay? In fact, if we take the initial velocity, v naught, and then this is some angle alpha, okay? We already solved this one. This will lead to V naught cosine alpha or V naught t cosine alpha. And this one right here is minus g. This is 0 and this is our 0. So this equation leads to y double dot is equal to, or let's take approximately, this is minus g. This is 9.8 meters per second. And we know that this equation, we already solved this, this leads to y of t equals y naught plus v naught t minus 1/2 gt squared. But then if you put this one, this is now sine alpha. Okay? V naught t sine alpha minus 1/2 gt squared. So the resulting motion is actually the projectile. So the projectile motion is just like, it's just actually the, solving gravitational force. Okay? So here, these are the parametric equations, the solution to our differential equation. Okay? Given this approximation. Okay? Now, what if we are in general, I mean, we don't assume this V naught to be very less than, okay, the orbital or the escape velocity. Okay? So what happens then is, okay, so now you know, I'd like to emphasize this before we move, that the projectile motion is an approximation of orbital motion. Okay? It's just an approximation of whenever it's not very, kumbaga pa, it's not very, kasi tawagan eh, saan, limot lang kung susulti ba eh. Okay, so now you realize that projectile motion is not a separate system, but just the same, only with it's an approximation. So, okay. Now we take the general form of this equation. Well, we know from the fact, recall katong last, the Binet's formula. We have F equals minus M H squared U squared U prime plus U. Okay? And now we know that this is equal to M. This must be equal to minus GM, or the GM is just mu M over R squared, but R over, this is just equal to minus mu M U squared. And U squared will cancel out, and also M as well. Then this equation reduces to U plus U double prime. U double prime, by the way, is, okay, anyway, this is, this is equal to mu, you have H squared right here. So this is now mu over H squared. Now, okay, but U double prime is D squared U over D theta squared, because here U is a function of, okay, again, U is 1 over R. What was the purpose of changing to U? Actually, it's the linearization of the differential equation. Because if we did not take this change, the differential equation is nonlinear. And then we don't know, we don't have an analytic way of solving nonlinear differential equations, so we could not solve it. But then, the trick in solving nonlinear differential equations, as long as they can, it cannot be done to all. That's actually to find a linearization, to linearize it, either by, we can linearize things by approximation, or here we don't actually approximate, but there's a way to linearize this one. And you will know later in higher mechanics that this, even though this is a nonlinear system, a closed form solution exists because of later in Hamiltonian mechanics that would be due to the Liouville's theorem of integrability theorem. Okay, there needs to be some conserved quantity. And what's the conserved quantity in the central force? That's the conservation of angular momentum. Okay, and of course there's also the conservation of linear momentum here. Okay, by the way, we just want to relate this one. We have a two-body problem right here. What's the net external force? No, the net external force is 0. Right? We have these two masses, M1, M2, exerting a force towards each other. So this is Fij and Fij and Fji. And we know that this is just equal to negative of that. And the way that we derive it, this will cancel out in the totality. So what only acts is the external, the torque due to the external force, okay, which is equal to R cross F external. But here, there's no external force, only internal forces. That's why the torque here is 0, and there's this conservation of angular momentum. At the same time, there's a conservation of linear momentum, okay? We have this differential equation. Now, look at this one. Without this, what do you see? The harmonic oscillator. That means that this has some sort of harmonic oscillator in this. But where is the harmonic oscillator? As you can see, where's the harmonic oscillator in the gravitation? Well, you will see that one later. Where really is the harmonic oscillator? And now this is a homogeneous. Non-homogeneous harmonic oscillator. It's like that. Okay, you have U in U, not in R. Okay, the harmonic oscillator is in U. Okay, the inverse of R. Okay, but you will see that there is also this also leads to oscillations in R. In fact, if there's an oscillation in U, there is also an oscillation in R. That's just the inverse of that oscillation. Okay, so here, the solution to the particular solution of this one, U particular, is the homogeneous part, right? When we know that this is A cosine of theta minus theta naught, but we can just set this to 0, okay? So this is just A cosine of theta. Now, the general solution will be equal to this one. We will assume a general, a non-homogeneous solution of Kanisha. So this is just equal to mu over h squared plus the particular solution, A cosine of theta. Now this is a constant. Okay? Let's take this to be, P is equal to h squared over mu. So this means, by the way, what is h? This is the angular momentum per unit mass. Okay? So we now have U is equal to 1 over P plus A cosine of theta, or this is equal to P1 plus PA cosine of theta. And when you invert this for R, we get now R of theta equals P over 1 plus, now let's take this constant as E cosine of theta. This is now a, last time I told you that this is an ellipse, but this was ellipse because we used E to be between 0 and less than 1. But in general, E is, E could be greater than 1. I think it's R. Pwede ba ma-negative? Yeah. E could be negative. E is an element of R. Okay? That's in general. That means this is actually what we call the equation of conic sections. Last time, Manggod, is that by applying the Kepler's law, and we assume that the third law forces us to say that E is between 0 to 1, including 0. Okay? But not including 1. Okay? So, muna itong last time, because of that Kepler's third law. But now, we are applying this to the general form. So we may not be bound by Kepler's third law. And this is now a general conic sections where E equals 0 is clearly the circle. Okay? This is a circle. E is less than 1 but not 0. Okay? E 0, E is less than 1. This is an ellipse. E is equal to 1. This is a parabolic path. And E greater than 1, this is hyperbolic. Okay? Okay, so let's understand the implication of this E as to the, in terms of the physics. Okay, asa na siya magawas? Recall that you have, the Vp squared, or V squared equals Gm, which is actually mu times 2 over R, muna ang usay kalayo na, over minus 1 over A. Now, if we are at Rp, at R equals Rp, the perigee, so this is just Vp. Okay, so recall that the total energy, specific energy, this is just equal to the total energy over M. So this means that this is 1/2 mv squared. So divided by M, so you have V squared plus the potential energy. Now the potential energy is over M, that would be mu over R dot. Kana siya. Okay? So now we will express E in terms of, so okay, kanina siya. Kapuya eh. This is the orbital velocity V squared is kanina siya. So this V squared is that. So you have now mu over 2, or that would be directional na to ha. This is mu over R, and we are at Rp at epsilon, the total energy at the perigee. Let's take this as the perigee or the perihelion, minus mu over A minus mu over Rp. Lah. Ang 2. Ang 2 gani. Okay, 2A. And then mo cancel ni no?
Di ba di ba natin definition sa A ganina?
Yeah. Sakto. So this is mo cancel out ni siya. So this is now to save space. This is just this. But A, what is A? A is ako ning gitundos last time. You have Rp equals A times 1 minus E. Ra is equal to A 1 plus E. Now 2A is just the sum of this. Rp plus Ra. So meaning that this is Rp plus Ra. What's Rp plus Ra? We add this one and we get 2A Rp plus Ra. No. Ang 2A manggod. And in terms of P, this is just actually equal to kanisha. This is R. Okay, by the way, where does the perihelion occurs? Ato ni siyang kuan nga. This is the convention that we actually, we put the origin there. This is our Rp, and this is our Ra. We know that in terms of this, kani nga, asa na tong, theta equals 0 is the aphelion. Theta equals pi is the perihelion. This is Rp. Sa ato pa, Rp, in terms of this, replace this so Rp equals P over 1 minus E, because cosine of pi is negative 1. So it follows that the aphelion Ra equals P over 1 plus E. Okay, mo na lang itong gamiton. We'll use this one. So Ra, okay, so Rp plus Ra now, Rp plus Ra equals this plus that. So you have now 1 minus E squared. because the LCD is 1 minus E, 1 plus E. LCD is the product, which is 1 minus E squared. So you have P times 1 minus, no. Plus man di ba? Ay, ang minus sa 1 plus E. Plus P times 1 minus E. And then, this becomes now, PE mag-cancel, so this is 2P, right? 2P. So that means that this is 2P, 2A, this is 2A is 2P over 1 minus E squared. So this is 2P times 1 minus E squared. Okay? So you now have negative, no? No, the negative. Okay. So you have now minus mu. Wait. We can multiply dito, no? We have, in general, we have 2P E P over mu equals negative equals 1 minus E squared. Or you have negative, so 1 plus, ano na siya? And P is just actually equal to H squared over, no, mu over, asan na to? H squared over mu. So H squared over mu, so this becomes now H squared over mu squared. So that E is equal to 1, okay, plus 2H squared over mu squared times the specific energy. Okay. So what's the point of this equation? Why did I gikuan ani? Because this is to show you that this is less than 1 if energy is E is negative. You will not see this paglahi nga form. If the specific energy is less than 0, that means that minus ni siya. So this is square root of a number less than 1. So that means this corresponds to epsilon, the specific energy less than 0. Okay? This is what actually means to be in an elliptic path is that you don't have the required energy to escape the gravitational potential energy. Mo na siya nga, you have to travel in the, kuan siya, specific, in an ellipse, no? Kulang siya. Whenever this is equal to 1, that the path will become parabolic. If this is equal to 1, kano saan siya mahimong 1 when this is equal to 0? When is E equals 0? E equals 0 when, unsay may tabo dire, we are traveling on a circular orbit, right? Understood? V is equal to square root of, di ba? Makita niyo dire. Okay? And when this is equal to 1, wait. Asa na to? No, sayo mo gisulti. Epsilon is equal to 1 when this is, E equals 0. When is E equals 0? Okay. When is E equals 0? Tanawa. E equals 0 when, baliktad ha. E equals 1 when E equals 0. What does this mean? This implies that kanisya V squared is equal to 2 mu r. You are traveling exactly at the escape velocity. Okay? So, parabolic path is you will escape. Traveling at the escape velocity. This is actually just the escape velocity, right? Meaning, greater than the escape velocity, the path will be hyperbolic. Okay? So, that's why we need this one. So, kapoy tagana. Pero actually, dako na siya nga ano. Okay, because we will be needing this in what we call the Hohmann transfer. Consider a planet of mass m. You are orbiting a circular orbit. And this is at R1. And then you want to go into another orbit, circular orbit of radius R2. Okay? What will you do? In order to move, imagine here, when you're doing this, the spacecraft, the satellite, is not exerting any thrust. No? Wala. It's just the gravity is doing all the work. Okay? That's the point. Now, in order to get from this radius to that radius, okay? First, asay mas paspas, kani dire. Which moves faster? Which moves faster, this one or that one? What's the orbital velocity? Orbital velocity is inversely proportional to the square root of the, diba? V orb of the circle is square root of gm. Okay? Or in this case, mu over r. So meaning that this one moves faster. So that means, in order, ano ba ang question? Because this is quite counterintuitive. Satellites here moves, or whatever, planets, if this is the sun, planets here would move slower than this. Or satellites, Earth lang no? That means that how will you get into this point? Para makabalin ka. Because moving from this point to that point, you need to slow down. So, you apply the brake in order to achieve, for example, let's say the velocity here is 10 kilometers per second, and then this one is 5 kilometers per second, so you have to apply the brakes or the reverse thrust in order to move here. No, that's not the case. Because counterintuitive, right? Because slower siya dire. So what you will do is this. At this one, assume atong ikuan dire. Okay, take this one. As soon as you get here, kanina lang siya no? In order for us to move from this one, we have to move into what we call an elliptic orbit. Kani. Elliptical orbit. We need this elliptical orbit in order from R2, from this one, from the first circle, we need to change sa kaning elliptic orbit na ni, okay? In order to go para mo touch ta dire. And we will see to it that this one this will now form what we call a major axis of the ellipse. Why is that? Because here, for a circular motion, manggod, what's the tangential acceleration? That would be 0, right? So for a circular motion, A tangential is 0, but for an ellipse, it's not. Okay? For an elliptic orbit, theta hat is not, the component in theta hat is not 0. So, muna ikuha nato karon. Okay? So, that means that we are now, that from the circular path, from an orbit, how do we write that? From an orbit of radius R1, we will go into an ellipse of R1 and R2. Unsa ning R1? This will be now our perigee, and R2 will be our apogee or aphelion. This is our perihelion. Tama? And then from this one, we need to go into now a circular orbit of R2. Mao na tong buhaton. Okay? Now, for an elliptic path, what is the velocity for the elliptic path? This is actually conservation of energy. The velocity in the elliptic path, v squared, at R2. What is the velocity at R2? R2, the velocity at V2 is 1 over... no. Let's take this as R2. This is R1, no? R1. R1 din siya. This is our R2. Right here. I was confused sa katong diri nga kuan. So, V1 would be equal to 1... Ano, sa to? This is mu over 2 over R1 minus 1 over A. But what is this? This is R1 plus R2. Tama? What was our initial velocity? Our initial velocity, this is now, okay, think of this as something like this. V1 prime. We have our V1. What was our V1? Our V1 is, okay, ano na lang. I'd like to, in order for you to appreciate this, magbutang tag numbers. Let's say in the lower Earth orbit to higher Earth orbit. The lower Earth orbit, R1, is actually around 300 kilometers. And the higher Earth orbit is R2, that would be some, I think, 35,000 kilometers. Okay? Let's use this one. That means, okay, para mas dali ninyo maano, no? Pag abot diri, when we were in this orbit, how fast were we traveling? Nawi calculator diha.
May mga tao.
Paki ano daw calculator be? Calculator. Find V1. This is sa circular orbit. This is square root of GM mu Earth. Ato sa kuan ng mu E, this is 6.67 times 10 to the negative 11 times, what is the mass of the Earth? 6.37 man siguro ni times 10 to the 24. Paki-check. 5.97. Okay, by the mu E is, this is 6.67 times 10 to the negative 11 times, what's the mass? 5 point times 10 to the 24. What is this? 3.98 times 10 to the 14? 98, 3.98 ron eh. Unsay 4 decimal places? 9820. 982 na lang times 10 to the 14. Okay, we will use this one. So V1 is 3.982 times 10 to the 14 over R1. That would be 300 times 10 to the 3. Okay, kilometers man. What is this in your calculator? 36. 432 meters per second. That's paspas na kayo. That's 36 kilometers per hour. That's greater the escape velocity. 300 times 10 to the 3 ni siya. Kanita, i-check daw nigtarong ning ano ba? 24 man eh. 24 ni siya. Ay, okay, times sa. Okay. We have to add plus RE diri. Okay.
Ay, sir, sir. Di ba, kung sa ito yung istorya mo, sir, ang escape velocity sa Earth, 11 kilometers.
Sa surface.
Meters yun eh.
11.4 kilometers per second. That's 36 point something kilometers per second. Paspas kayo. Di lagi. That's 36 kilometers per second. Plus RE. Napatay radius of the Earth. That's 300 kilometers. 300 kilometers from the surface of the Earth. So the mass is at the center mo natong sayop. Okay. So we have to plus RE. Mas pilay RE? Okay, ano sa RE? I think this is 6.37 times 10 to the 6. To the 6. So i-add on ni Max. Okay, kindly do this one. Okay, ato na ni siya. We have our R1, sorry, this is not our R1 that we have to add plus RE dire, no? And this is plus RE. What's RE? Times 10 to the 6? 7. Ha?
7,726.
Kilometers?
Oh,
Meters.
meters per second.
Kani? 7,700.
7,726.
Okay, mo na siya. 726 meters per second. Okay. Yeah, it's less than the ano. Mo na ni? Okay, this is the velocity as you move into along the circle. Then suddenly, pag abot diri, we need to change the velocity. And then, what we need is this velocity because this velocity is the velocity at the apogee of an ellipse. Nga, the major axis is R1 plus R2, in which R1, by the way, R1, i-add na siya nimo diri. Okay? So what is R1 plus R2? Tanaw nato no? R1 plus, ato na isulat ba R1 plus R2 equals, can you do this in calculator? That's 300 plus 3,500 plus 2RE. That's 300 plus 2RE. Pila ni siya? 35,300 plus 2RE. 48,000? 42? 48,042. 48,042 meters. Okay, so we can now calculate this. We can calculate what is... usa itong mu dire? Oh?
No.
Ay, okay. This is now 3.982 times 10 to the 14 times 2 over R1, which is 300 times 10 to the 3 plus RE minus 1 over 48,042 kilometers. Pila?
10,480.
10,481 meters per second. Okay. Yeah, mao ni siya. So that means that, okay, what's the acceleration? Here, dili ni siya meaning that we have, what's the acceleration needed? Now, the thrust can only, ang standard usually, let's say 5 minutes thrust. I-on ang thrust for 5 minutes. And that means that within 5 minutes, you achieve the velocity must be, you must achieve the velocity of this from this within 5 minutes. So what's the acceleration? The acceleration, that would be tangential acceleration. Kana na siya. And this is equal to what? That's 10,481 minus 7,726 over 5 minutes. Pila na siya? 300 seconds. So pila, what's the acceleration? This is the thrust needed. The acceleration. Ha? 9.18? 9.18 meters per second squared. Almost G. Almost 1 G, no? 0.9 G. Something. 0.8 something. Okay, if if the numbers are correct, kindly verify na lang ninyo class ang numbers because we might be wrong with the constants and blah blah blah. Okay? Take note that this is 300 kilometers plus RE. In order to convert this to meters, you have to 300 times 10 to the 3. Common mistake na siya. This means it's 35,000 times 10 to the 3. Plus, because RE, you can find RE in terms of meters. Okay. So this is our acceleration. Now, the acceleration here, this happens, this is an impulse. This is a short period of time. Well, 5 minutes doesn't feel an impulse. Doesn't feel like an impulse because murag taas na kayo, di ba? But this is in the space, mango, taas nga, that means that in this, kanang 5 minutes nga, nahitabo na siya, it's just small, infinitesimal part of this. So meaning, the condition here is that R1, T naught, and then we have R1, T1. Unsa ni siya? This is now, murag ani, if you magnify this, you will get, mao ni ang R1, tama? This is your R1. But since you accelerated tangentially, this will be your R2. I don't know, R1 of T. This is R1 of T naught. This is R1 of T. But then we require R1 of T naught must be equal to R1 of T1. Because of that's very, very small. To be, an impulse like na kuan. No? Okay, so muna yung requirement. I mean, that's how we do this one. So this is now the acceleration that we did, the boost. Now again, asa na ta? We are now in this elliptic orbit. Pag abot dire, we need now to what? Change our velocity into the circular motion. Now, ani, from here, once we accelerate or decelerate, automatically we get into any elliptic orbit. It just depends on ang pinakakuan dire magbase asa ta mo abot dire, no? Like for example, slower dire, and faster would be dire. Okay? But from elliptic to circular orbit, there's only one velocity na kinahanglan nato. That means, okay, what is now the velocity? We want now to take the velocity at this point right here. Okay, we are now in the elliptic na ano, diba? So the velocity, V2. This is mu times 1 over, sorry? R2. So, ato na lang number dito. So, what's mu? So, itong mu? 3.982 times 10 to the 14 times 2 over, sa itong R2? Kani. That minus 1 over this. Let's take the square root. Okay, V squared na siya. No. Kanila sa, V2 lang sa. Pila siya? Oh, mahinay siya.
3,000. Scale ito na ako.
Ha, oh, pila.
3,000.
777.8 meters per second. Okay? That's the velocity dire. Now, automatically, pag abot dire, we want it, since this is now tangent, this is the time when the ellipse is tangent, I mean, when the radial velocity of the ellipse is 0. Recall that at any point right here, the radial velocity of the ellipse is non-zero. Pero at the major axis, that is when the time when the radial velocity of the elliptic path is 0. And that's why you can transition. That's also where you can transition from elliptic to circular. Nga wala nimo ni siya gitanggal diha. And now this becomes now again the center. Now what should be the velocity if we travel in this? Pila to ganiha? Nawala na ta. Atong ganiha dire we solve this, right? What was the velocity of R2? Katong ganiha. V2 circular. Square root of mu over R2, di ba? We solve it ganiha before dire.
V1 or V2?
Saang?
V1 or V2? V2 mo lang na, di ba?
No. This is a elliptic na path. Katong sa circular orbit.
Okay, katong ganina.
Oh, pila to? Oh, no, V2. V1 is,
Kana, mo na ang V1.
mo yung V1. Ang V2 is, did we solve V2? Wala pa no? Wala pa na ito. Did we solve ang V2? V2 now is, let's solve V2. Kani over, katong R1, R2 lang di ay. 35 times 10 plus RE. Plus RE ha, don't forget.
35
This is
plus
3.982 times 10 to the 14 over 35,000 times 10 to the 3 plus RE. Right? RE in terms of meters per second. And take the square root.
6,000.
Pila?
6,351.
This is
6,351.7.
6,000. Nipaspas lagi. Dapat mo gamay siya bay.
Di ba, ang V1 yung 7,000 man.
Yeah, dayon gamay ra kay paggamay niya. 35,000 niyo. 35,000 times 10 to the 3 plus RE.
Ano mo yung 35,000?
Oh, times 10 to the 3.
1,000 ano ito?
Pila?
1,000 ano ito?
3,000. So this is 3,102 meters per second, approximately. Now, that means we have to slow down, right? The moment we touch at this point, our velocity is kani because we are in the elliptic path. So we have to transfer into the, and this is the only velocity that will allow us to transfer into a circular orbit. Okay? So, okay, that means our acceleration now would be equal to delta V over delta T. Pila? We have to slow down. Diba? This minus that. So, reverse thrust ni siya, no? Over 5 minutes. So, 300. So, this is 3,102 minus 3,778 na lang over
5 times
300. Over 300. 2.25 meters per second squared, negative. Reverse thrust. Now, if you know the mass of the satellite, you will know the exact force. No, and you can calculate the amount of fuel. You can actually relate this one to the rocket problem. Can we calculate the amount of fuel? Yes, because we know the amount of force, right? If we know the mass of this satellite or this rocket. Okay? The amount of force, we know nga ana. And then the burn takes 5 minutes. And the rate of burn is this. We can calculate that one, the amount of fuel needed. Makompute na siya dito, no? We can now calculate the amount of fuel needed. But we will not do that one here. I just want to relate this one with our rocket problem. Because in our rocket problem, we have dm over dt dito, right? And dm over dt is related to the way that this nga mag-change. Okay, ha? Oh, nindot siya nga kuan. Okay, so, yeah, this is now the Hohmann transfer. Now, the question is, if we are here in the ellipse, can we change to a circular orbit? Yes. But we have to apply a change of direction. Dapat manggod, you have to see to it, for example, you are here. And from here, asa ka, because you are in the elliptic orbit, where are you facing? You are going there, right? At what, if you, from here, you decided to change into the elliptic or circular orbit, this side, kanidere, that means that you need to change direction also from here to that one, such that this direction is perpendicular to the radial line. We can go from, okay, balik ko na ko As I've said, the Hohmann transfer atong ano dire is that we need to go into the major axis in order to move from one circular to another. Why is that? Because at the major axis, the orbital velocity there, I mean the radial velocity of the ellipse, any ellipse, that's 0, right? And we are tangent. If we shift, we don't need to change direction. All we need is to change the thrust, assuming that nakaana ta pirmi, no? We don't need to change direction. So once we decrease the velocity, ang mo change of direction sa ato is all the gravity, not us. But then the question is, what if you take this path and then pag abot nimo dire, when you reach this one, you decided na, okay, I will no longer want that. I want this orbit now, circular orbit. It's possible, yes. But again, you have to change because what is your tangential direction at this point in the ellipse? Dira. But this one, in this circle, dapat na, this is the tangential direction of the circle. So, you have to change direction diri padulong dito such that this one is perpendicular to that. So, not only that you need to change the speed, you need to change the direction. And actually, I will give that as a problem set, maybe. But you can find that one. What direction that you need in order to anywhere dire. And of course, you have to find now the velocity at that point, which is quite difficult. Okay? Ako? Now, another interesting problem is we want to calculate the period of naka-internet. Pakifind ninyo ang orbital, ang distance from Mars to Sun. Sun. No, we want to calculate.
Earth to Mars or
No, Mars and This is the orbit of the Earth, and this is Mars. We want to calculate the average time, the approximate time to travel from Mars to Earth if we use Hohmann transfer. So that means we will need this. We will be needing this. Our spacecraft is journeying with Earth. So from this, here, dirita mo detach, no? Here, we want to transfer from the Earth's orbit to the Mars orbit. Okay, let's call this RE. RE, and this is RM. Okay? What would be, what's the orbital velocity of the Earth? We can calculate, you can calculate now. This is, I want you to calculate the orbital velocity of the Earth and the orbital velocity of the Mars. It's actually, it's a known, it's easy. Ang imuhang G, ang mu diri karon nimo is the Sun. This is GM of the Sun. That's our mu. Okay, now, we take this path right here. Automatically, at this point, we will detach dire. That means that we will, when we reach exactly on the opposite, we are now in the orbit of the Mars. So what would be the elliptic orbit nga atong kailangan i-travel? This would be the elliptic orbit nga atong kailangan i-travel. And this ellipse is actually, this ellipse has A equals to RE, 2A equals RE plus RP. RM. RA plus RM. Okay, we want to calculate now the period, the amount of time. Okay? So first, what's the period of an ellipse? Okay? The elliptic period is, okay, for a circular, what's the period of the ellipse? Diba, T is equal to 2 pi over omega. And what's omega? Assume, for a circle, this is 2 pi. This is 2 pi. And what is omega? This is V over R. Over R. Now, ang R nga itong i-take dire is ang 2A. For the elliptic orbit of the, if we use this formula for the orbit, sa ellipse, this is over R, so this meaning this is over A. Klaro na ko omega is V over A for an ellipse. Okay? But what's V? Okay? So, ato ni siyang paanon, this is 2 pi. What's velocity? This is square root of mu over A. Tama? That's the velocity times A. So that means the period is approximately square root of, that would be 2 pi times square root of A cube over mu. Okay. This is the period. There is a Earth or period sa Mars. You can have that one. Now, the period of the ellipse is, since we are taking half of this only, that means, kung saan mu, this is mu of the Sun. Because we are taking here the Sun. Kanino, this is the spacecraft. The full isa ka revolution would be twice. So meaning, the period, this is now the time it takes from Earth to Mars using the Hohmann transfer. Kani siya. is equal to 2, pi na lang, no? Because half of that, pi times square root of a cubed. Now, find this a. Kani, I want that constant. A is just, what's a? So, kindly plug in. What is our a? RP plus RM. Pila? Pila? Oh, what's RP? Paki ano sa ang not RP, RE di ay, RE. RE. Oh, this are RE. RE. Give me ano, give
150 na, 150 million.
pila.
150 million.
Exact.
150 million kilometers.
Oh, sige. 150 million
Or
kilometers
150 times 10 to the power 6.
times 10. So 15 times 10 to the 6 times 10 to the 3. 'Di ba?
150.
Paki ano to, Bi? Paki tanaw do sa constant ba sa ano ba sa internet? No, distance of the earth. 1 astronomical units na siya ang RP. Okay, so i-add ni siya. This is 2a, di ba? Tama? This is 2a. So i-add ni siya, i-divide og 2. So a now is over 2. Pila? Add that one, pila ni siya? 150 million something plus pila to? Kilometers, no? Kilometers plus 200 something. 28 kilometers, million kilometers. Something over 2, pila? 189 million kilometers. Okay, so take that one, pi times 189 million kilometers divided by, but you have to times 10 to the 3 meters over m sun. What's m sun? Mu of sun.
1.9 times over.
Yan ito, mu of sun. 1.33 times 10 to the 20. Okay, sige daw. 1.33 times 10 to the 20. And then, nani siya cube dire? Cube.
Lemon max. Kuan pa nato no, i-days pa nato ne. I-days pa nato no.
Oh, pila to days.
Dito ko kaya
Times pi.
times pi. Times pi.
Then, i-days na to. So, i-divide na to og 24.
24 times 60 times 60.
Divided by 24 times 60 times 60. Divided by 86,600, di ba?
Pila max. Kuriyas dito.
Approximately 260 days.
Divide pila. Divide 30.
Divided by 30. Around 8 months?
Oh, 8.68.
Around 8 months. 8 months. This is the known Mars travel to Mars.
8.68.
68. Yeah, okay. Around 8 months or almost 8 to 9 months. We have to divide it by 24 times 60 times 60 or that's 86,400 or 84,600. Because this is in seconds and this will be in ano. So this is the normal time from Earth to Mars. What's the amount of fuel that you spend? Katong from this one. What's the amount of fuel? Okay, now calculate the amount of fuel that you spend given, you can know that, di ba? Kaya nga naman, you will know that, you know that this velocity, right? You can get RE, makuha na ninyo. And you will know this, what's the velocity dire. So, the velocity required in order to move this is, makuha gyapon niyo, same ganiha. So, what's the amount of fuel? Assuming that the thrust will go on for 5 minutes. So, kaduha lang kamo ano, dire, thrust, and then, right here, a thrust there. Okay, and that's whole ano. Yeah, we'll do the ano, but the question is, asa dapit ang Mars? Where is Mars when you take the launch here? Well, of course, if this is some 200, ano ba na? 60 days, go back 260 days in the orbit of Mars, maybe Mars is somewhere here. Okay. So this is where you launch your, when Mars was here, this is where you launch your rocket. Paana dito. Okay?
Kung una max, naman tayo katong salita ng Marsan.
So, murasag mo ano. This is the movement. Pag-abot na, okay.
Wala tayo atong salita na the Mars side.
Ah.
O ganun, gulak na sila.
Oh. So, meaning, yeah, when the Earth was here, the Mars dire. You will know this exactly. Kano sa ka dapat mo launch. Okay. When you launch, when Earth was here and then Mars was here, automatically maabot dire. Okay? Now, problem set. Okay, calculate the needed acceleration. Dire, and here, I think this is deceleration dire. Because same lang to ganihan, no? It's deceleration. Okay? Now, for our last part, the last part nga tong ano, is actually the slingshot. What is slingshot? Or we call this gravity assist. Why can we use this is the spelling of assist? Gravity assist. Why can we use the planet's gravity in taking the speed? So nadiri ang sun, nadiri ang planet. Okay, relative to the sun, the planet moves at a okay. Relative to the sun, you have the planet moves at VP. VP. This is the velocity of planet relative to the sun. Okay? Gigutom na ako mo ng bati ng writing. Okay? Alright. To the sun. And, okay, you have the sun here and you have the planet moving at VP relative to the sun. Now, you have an object of mass M. Padulong dito. You have a V in. This V in is measured from the sun. And automatically, we assume that this should have a hyperbolic path. So what was the requirement for the hyperbolic path? Okay. By the way, ganiha, I think I forgot to tell you that showed, I think, or did I prove this one? That when V is less than V escape, you have elliptic. Diba? Because this leads to E is less than, epsilon is less than 0. Okay, so meaning elliptic orbit. When the velocity is less than the escape velocity. When V is equal to the escape velocity, we have a parabolic. E equals 0. And when V is greater than V escape, you have hyperbolic. This is greater than 0, the energy. Meaning when this specific energy is 0, the specific kinetic energy, KE, is less than the gravitational potential energy. More na meaning ana. That's why we have a negative total energy. Now here, after some time, it will have dito, this is V out. This V out and V in are measured relative to the sun. But we'll go in the planet's reference frame. In the planet's reference frame, this is the coordinates of the planet. Let's take this as V in. And take this as V out. Now, of course, the magnitude of V in, let's call this VNP and V out P. Okay? The magnitude of VNP equals the magnitude of V out P. Okay? It doesn't change in magnitude. But what changes is the direction because of the parabolic path. Right? O sabay hyperbolic day. What's hyperbolic? Di ba? Ano itong hyperbolic? So, because of that hyperbolic, ang yang padulong diri, okay, by the way, we have also the entry, the magnitude of this is V infinity. What is this V infinity? This V infinity is the velocity of whatever this one is when it's no longer, that's the extra velocity that you have. Diba? When we derive the escape velocity, what's the velocity? What's your velocity at infinity? 0, right? When you're traveling escape velocity, your V infinity is 0. But when your V infinity is not 0, that is your meaning, that is the extra velocity that you have. Okay? Let's say, for example, when you're traveling at, let's say the escape velocity is 7,000 let's say the escape velocity on Earth is 11.4 kilometers. So meaning, what is the infinite velocity, the V infinity of the Earth? That would be 0. Now, what if your V infinity is, say, 1,000? Meaning, right after you totally escape Earth's gravitational field, you're still traveling at 1,000. Naka-extra nga 1,000. Ako, mo na siya. That's the V infinity. That's the after nga ano, okay? In fact, you can get that, okay? This is, the magnitude of V infinity or just V infinity. Okay. Now, notice that naakadiri delta V, right? This is now in the planet. This is the planet diri ha? Where this is at rest. The planet is at rest here. So, V planet, delta V, we will use law of cosine. What is the law of cosine? So, sa ato pa, o sa ikuan ani, delta V, magnitude is what? Kani? Times cosine of the angle, let's call this theta. Okay? That deflection angle. And we don't care kung saan na siya, but it's okay. This is just equal to, sa ganyan na siya, law of cosine.
V squared.
2V,
A squared plus B squared minus 2A.
2V infinity squared, right? Because the magnitude of this is V infinity. The magnitude of each of this is V infinity. So, 2V infinity squared times cosine. Ha?
Minus.
Sakto ba? A squared, A squared plus B squared
Minus 2AB cosine theta.
minus 2AB
Cosine theta.
cosine theta. So, unsa man ni siya? 2AB minus 2AB cosine theta. So, this is A squared, di ba, asa man ang A? Kani, A, B, C. Ano, tama ba? Oh, A, B, C. So, A squared, so V infinity squared plus B squared, V infinity squared minus 2AB, 2V infinity squared
Cosine theta.
cosine theta. So, pila ni siya?
2 minus 2 cosine theta. Cosine theta times B infinity squared.
So, this is 2V infinity squared minus 1 minus cosine theta. Tama?
Wala siya.
Okay. The thing is, there is that delta V. Okay? This is in the planet's reference frame. But what about the sun's frame of reference? We go back to the sun. What is V in sa sun? Ang velocity nga V in on the sun is kani siya V in P plus VP, right? That's V in. Okay? Now, di ba? This moves at a velocity VP. Now, this V in P is measured relative to this. That means that the velocity, the entry velocity, meaning patulong siya dito sa planet, relative to the sun, when the sun is at rest, is just this plus that. Okay? So, V in, V out na lang, no? V out minus V in. So, let's take this as out. Same gihapon sa out. Okay? So, this is equal to V out plus VP minus V in plus VP, right? And this is P. So, this is actually equal to V out minus this is P minus V in P. But what is this? This is delta V, right? Now, this delta V did na change of velocity? Na-change of velocity because of the direction relative to the sun. But is it only because of the direction? Is there a change in the Because in the planet, there is a change in velocity, but the change is actually on the direction alone. Is there a change in the magnitude relative to the planet? No. The magnitude of this is the same. Okay? That's why we have this in the planet. But how about relative to the sun? Is there a change in velocity? Certainly, there's a change in velocity because it changes. Dito, padulong siya dito. Dire, paana na siya dito. Okay? But then, is there a change in magnitude? There's a change in magnitude. And what's that change in magnitude? This is the change in magnitude. Okay? This is now the change in times ay square root pa man di ba? Take the square root of this pa. Okay, square man na, di ba? Square. Okay? So the change in magnitude is some square root of 2 some ana. So that means there is that increase in velocity. Not only in direction relative to the sun, not only that there is a change in direction, but there is also a change in the magnitude of that. And that change in magnitude is this. It actually increases. It's positive. So, that's why the magnitude of V out, this is measured in the frame of reference of the sun. V in equals the magnitude of delta V, which is square root, I think, 2V infinity, blah, 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 cosine of blah, blah, blah. There is that change. So, there's that increase. Asa man eh. This is actually the satellite robbing some angular momentum of the planet as soon as maabot siya diri. Okay? The planet adds some angular momentum, shares some part of its angular momentum diri sa kano. And what's that change in angular momentum? That angular momentum is the cause of the deflection of this. In fact, V out in the planet, no, kaning planet is just equal to R theta. The rotation, di ba? This is rotating this vector, ana. So this is rotation matrix times the velocity in P. This is the equation in the planet's frame of reference, no? Multiply this by the rotation operator. Now, this energy, the energy that takes that one, is actually, dahil naapoy maapektuhan ang planet diri, the decrease in the angular momentum of the planet. Because in order for this, di ba na siya kuan? What's the angular momentum diri? You can actually prove the angular momentum here. I mean, the change in the angular momentum of the planet. They have a mass going paana padulong dito. What's the angular momentum? R cross what? R cross P. Okay, that's angular momentum. Or I omega, I theta dot. You can relate that one mismo sa planetary, sa katong escape below, Anyway, di na nato siya kung anong dira. So, that's why there's this additional, in the planet's frame of reference, the magnitude doesn't change. In the planet's frame of reference, V in P is equal to V out P. And is equal to V infinity. But then, in the sun's frame of reference, there is the change because of this. Tanawa, V in, V out minus V in. What is V out? This. Plus that. And this, mabibilin siya, non-zero. And why is this? Well, that's because of the planet adding its orbital angular momentum to the Earth. And that's actually what we call slingshot. Di ba? Makadungog mo that we can use the a mission to Jupiter sometimes would, I think, they use the gravity of Mars ba? To slingshot to Jupiter. Okay? And sometimes ang slingshot, dili lang kay ana lang. Pwede ka mo, I think, mo ana dito. Oh. Okay? You can actually slingshot through this one, no? Pag abot nimo, pa-capture ka dito, increase in increase, as you go much, usay mo, kusog mong velocity, right? This is one, qualitative lang ni siya. Okay, pasulod ka, the farther you are in the planet, the slower is the tangential velocity, right? So that means, this is the planet, if diri kay mong sulod, and how will you enter the elliptic orbit of the planet? Well, you have to slow down at the less than the escape velocity at that point. Because if your escape velocity is at this point right here, at this radius there, if your entry velocity there is then it should be less than. So, musulod dire. You will get into that. You will follow a maybe circular path. And pwede nimo i-decrease, but the more ka nga mo-decrease velocity, the faster becomes the tangential velocity, right? Sakto ba? Faster ba? Ang tangential velocity. Yeah, faster, di ba? V. Oh, faster ang the more nga mo, no. Ay, yeah, faster, right? Baba. Faster. And then from here, then pag-ana nimo, pwede ka nimo i-boost. Apply kag boost. Pag-abot nimo dire, apply kag boost there. Moana na ka dito. And your velocity, that's actually a slingshot. This is part of the slingshot. This is an easy slingshot like hyperbolic. This is hyperbolic flyby. This is called, kanisha is hyperbolic flyby. Or usually you say a flyby, they will use the gravity of the para mag-gain og delta V. But what about you badly need that, this is what you will do. Enter at a lower velocity than the escape velocity and maybe change on orbit, slow and slow. And then once you get faster and faster, boost pa na dito. They add that boost in order, pas-pas naman kayo mo tangential velocity as compared to right? So, there, that's a slingshot. You can think of this. Pila tong sutoy ka. That's actually one of the sa slingshot. Or this is hyperbolic flyby, pwede if you don't. Okay? So anyway, that is celestial mechanics, our orbit, I think, yeah. And importante lang katong the energy E determines the kind of elliptic orbit, no? That this energy, specific energy. In general, the energy E. If it's negative, okay, or actually just E. If it is negative, then elliptic. What is the interpretation of a negative energy? That is meaning that there has no enough to escape. Okay? Meaning that the potential energy is less than the kinetic is less than the potential. Okay? Remember that as you move padulong dito sa pababa, what happens to the kinetic? It becomes faster. Right? Pasaka ka dito, as you move further from the planet, the kinetic, the potential energy decreases. Because it's tanawa, zeros at infinity, right? And then negative. So meaning, as you move slower, as you move down, moving down, closer to the planet, the potential energy decreases because it becomes more negative while the kinetic energy increases. And the more you can only overcome the potential energy if you have the velocity greater than the escape velocity. Okay? Anyway, kana na siguro ta mga unta bay.